Yeah, all right. Well, now that we got done and got through that disaster of a segment, we can talk about another segment that really wasn't anything special. GoldStar versus Los Matadores.
What do you think of GoldStar as heels, Ashton? Are you digging it, or are you not even really caring? Like, where are you at with it?
Um, it's hard to say. I think I just don't care about the tag team division because of the champion. And because of that, because I just do not give a crap about the division as a whole, I struggle to find myself trying to get invested with GoldStar. I I don't know. It's weird because the interview that he did with Sam Roberts gave me a new appreciation for Stardust. And I have enjoyed Goldust's work in this tag team the entire time. So you would think that I would be like instantly just a huge fan of them, but I just can't get myself to care about it at all.
It's funny because I cared so much more in the beginning than where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I know some people have been saying, I just want Cody Rhodes versus Goldust already. And honestly, like, it's gotten to the point where I don't even know if we really even need that match anymore, considering where everybody is. But I just don't know what you do with these guys. Because, see, my thing is, I'd fear that if we broke up this tag team and did whatever, that Goldust would lose his place. And maybe that wouldn't necessarily be such a bad thing, because maybe he could be like a trainer or something for the people down in NXT. But I just love watching him compete. It's weird, because he's what, Ashton, like we said, 44, maybe even 45 now?
Somewhere around there.
And he competes at such a level that you would never know it. Like if I was seeing Goldust compete now, and I was at least familiar with him, but maybe had fallen out of the loop of the product, I would assume maybe just by a competitive ability alone that maybe he was in his mid-30s. Kind of like why never, whatever. But then when somebody would tell me, no, he's 44, 45, I'd be like, what? It's incredible. And Cody Rhodes, I mean, come on, Ashton, for so many TwitWows now, for as long as we've been doing it, we've been saying how great Cody Rhodes is in really every facet, whether it's in-ring, committing to a character, whatever. So maybe it is just you know what I think it is for me personally, and again, this is just all on me, not even GoldStar. I think it's the idea that I'm so ready for the Usos to drop the championships. I don't believe that GoldStar is going to be the team to do it. And because I don't believe they're going to be the team to do it, I see no reason to invest in this program at all. So it's nothing even against these two guys. And I've been so hung up on the Ascension. I think that's another part of it too. Because really, I'm not even Gold Star isn't even on my radar. The biggest question I have at the moment in the tag team division is when is the Ascension going to rise?
Right.
When are they going to arrive? When are they going to be on the main roster? And because of that, this match with Los Matadores, which really wasn't anything to write home about. Gold Star pretty much dismantled them. Stardust got the pin with Dark Matter, which I will say is a finisher that I do like. I love that Cody Rhodes can just change his game on a whim to fit a gimmick. Again, Cody Rhodes, he just exhibits a lot of brilliance in what he does. But to me, it's just I don't believe they're going to beat the Usos at Night of Champions. I'm definitely picking them to retain. And I'd even go as far as to say that even if Gold Star would win, I could easily conceive the Usos getting those tag titles back.
Yeah.
And then we just go right back on the track of the Ascension really being that team that the Usos need to legitimately fear. So yeah.
Which is really ridiculous because there has been absolutely no even hints of the Ascension getting called up.
I mean, the only reason I put stock in this to begin with was because of the Twitter exchanges these two teams would have, and because the Ascension were doing live events, around that time. Which
that's how long ago though? That hasn't happened in so long.
Yeah, that's my point. Is that it has been quite some time. I still believe that the Ascension are going to be the team because the Usos have just been so dominant that I think you only make baby faces that strong at the expense of maybe some new impending force or maybe a heel that you've invested time in. And I feel like the Ascension, to give NXT, again, that further credibility and to debut somebody in a memorable fashion, they're going to have the Ascension take the championships off of the Usos. So I'm sticking to my guns, and maybe that's just why I just have no really interest whatsoever in this match. It'll be a great match in ring-wise, but just the story I haven't really cared about because it's the Usos and they're just so dominant. I mean, once you beat a team like Harper and Rowan in 2 out of 3 falls, I'm convinced that virtually nothing can stop you until WWE decides to stop you. So, there you go.
I don't even know what to add to that. Do you want to just move on?
Yeah, we can move on, man.
Up next was a Joan Rivers tribute. I don't even want to talk about that because apparently she had a lot of involvement in WrestleMania 2, and I never have seen WrestleMania 2, so I don't really have any kind of analysis. That's the word I want to use. Analysis to give to this match. Or this tribute, I mean.
Yeah, same here. I really don't want to afford any commentary on this, so let's just move on.
Okay, up next was Adam Rose versus Titus O'Neil, a.k.a. the vehicle being used to push Peter Cottontail.
Yes. Yeah, not really much to say here. Adam Rose does get the win, but that's only after Heath Slater tries to get a jump on the bunny, and the bunny actually nails a super kick to Slater. And, Titus O'Neil is all distracted, and, that's how Adam Rose capitalizes. And then after the match, it was Slater who ate the splash, right? Or was it Titus?
I think it was Titus.
All right, well, let's just say that it was Titus. But either way, Peter Cottontail goes to the top rope, and he does a splash off the top rope onto Titus. And you know what? I'm having a lot of fun with this. Yeah. I am. I have no complaints. I personally think, and here's the thing, because I've gotten in some debates with people over it, like, it's stupid, it's whatever. Most of my friends seem to think that it's really cool and really fun. But my thing is, WWE, whenever they're debuting a talent or they have a talent return, it seems to be that same formula. Either they debut or return or whatever the case is, they squash a talent, show that they're better than ever, or show that they're going to be something special. They kind of get on a little roll, then it gets derailed at one point or another, and then, whatever they do, it's just kind of history after that. Here, whether it's a reintroduction of an old talent, because the dominant rumors anyway, are Justin Gabriel and Darren Young, or if it's a debuting talent, and Ashton has really been clamoring, thinking that it's one of the Young Bucks.
Dude, it's just funny because, like, it's not even just me that thinks it's the Young Bucks. Reddit has these ridiculous theories, and apparently the name for a male rabbit is a buck. You call the males bucks and the females are does. So, like, the Young Bucks, the rabbit suit, it's just a silly, like, that's the kind of fan theory that I can look at and get a good laugh out of.
You know what? It would be so cool if it was the Young Bucks, too, because imagine if, like, Slater had enough and he wanted to confront one of the rabbits, and the one Young Buck reveals himself, but then actually no, they go out a little bit, and then another bunny emerges, so that there was actually two, and they would kind of
and then they hit a double super kick,
and then they reveal Young Bucks, and see, again, in the debate that I was in, they're just like, well, no, that's just such a stupid way to debut a talent, that's not funny or clever, this and that. Here's my thing. If it was a team like the Young Bucks, first of all, I think that's
the perfect way to debut the Young Bucks. They are hilarious.
First of all, they are hilarious, because I've seen some of their comedy, though not to the same extent that I've seen, say, like, a team like
this is the only team that I have ever seen who can make a tag team deliver a tombstone pile driver to its own tag team member.
Right.
Do you remember that?
I think I do, if only vaguely.
I think it was against Red Dragon on the one ROH show, and they freaking super kicked a guy and then lifted him up and put him on the other guy upside down so that it was like tombstone pile driver, and then they super kicked the guy's knees out so that he dropped down to his knees.
Yeah, Yeah, now that you describe it step by step like that, I do remember that.
Yeah,
that's
like
an amazing sequence.
That's not even just comedy. It's not even meant to be comedy. It's legitimately like, oh my god, that would kill somebody, but it's hilarious the way they do it.
And not only is it comedy, and not only are these guys extraordinarily talented, even if it was a team that wasn't known for that, my thing is, and this is what I explained in my conversation, I said it's so easy to make these guys debut in a somewhat comical fashion, but then establish credibility right away, because we'll just continue the example of the Young Bucks because I'm really having fun with it. I would have them do a sit-down interview with Michael Cole. And I would have Michael Cole say, well, why the Rabbit? Why the Exotic Express? And maybe they could establish some kind of relationship with Rose and say, he's a cool guy, this and the other, but it became something more than that. We saw being a part of his Exotic Express as a ticket to Raw and to SmackDown, and that's the place you want to be. And we saw an opportunity, and we wanted to take it, and we took it, and now we're ready to take, say, the tag team titles, just to be boastful and stuff like that. It would be so easy to establish a line of credibility, and it's such a creative and ingenious way to really introduce a talent that's outside of the prototypical, squash match and maybe pre or post match promo. Like, it gets redundant, it gets trite, it just gets boring. This, to me, has an air of creativity to it. Again, an air of ingenuity to it. And if it is the Young Bucks, or even if it is a returning Justin Gabriel or Darren Young, way to make them remember you. It's memorable, too. That's another word I'm looking for. Like when you just come in and you squash a guy, like maybe your finisher stands out, or maybe what you said after the fact stands out. But in a few months, when another guy does the exact same thing you just did, you become less and less memorable. This I'm going to remember for some time. So.
Yeah. It's, all I can say is I don't even care anymore who it is, as long as it's somebody, as long as they aren't just doing this as a way to debut Peter Cottontail, the Fighting Bunny, and not actually have it be somebody underneath the bunny suit.
And that is something I will say to the people that are harboring fears that this is going to be, awful, this, that, and the other. I
really do not want this to be this generation's gobbledygook. Let me put it
Exactly. I can see merit in those fears, in those complaints, and everything, if it turns out that way, because that just ruins all of the potential that this had. You could have a great unveiling of who's behind the rabbit head, and you can make this production out of it. And but just to simply say, he's a fighting bunny, like, no, we already have a bull that JBL makes enough commentary about. I do not need a bunny to go with it. This is not Monday Night Petting Zoo. This is Monday Night Raw.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I'm at this point 90% sure.